Welcome, dear friends, to a serene journey through 150 fascinating facts about Elden Ring. This beloved game, crafted by the masterful hands at From Software, takes us into a world of haunting beauty and intricate lore where gods, heroes, and mysteries abound. The lands between, with its towering Erd tree and shadowed landscapes, has captivated the hearts of many, offering a realm of deep secrets and untold stories. Tonight, we'll gently explore the origins of this masterpiece, the legends that breathe life into its world, and the countless wonders hidden within its vast, fantastical expanse. Together, we'll drift through the rich tapestry of Elden Ring, from its divine inspirations to its far reaching impact on gaming and culture. Now, as you settle in, take a deep breath. Feel the quiet of the night wrapping around you, your muscles loosening, your mind at ease. With every word, let the rhythm of the story guide you towards a peaceful, restful place where the mysteries of Elden Ring unfold like a soft dream. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now let us begin our journey, dear friend, into the heart of the lands between. Fact 1. Elden Ring is the result of a collaboration between From Software, led by Hidetaka Miyazaki, and famed author George R. Martin. Martin, known for his A Song of Ice and Fire series, provided the foundation for the world's lore and mythos, bringing a rich, literary touch to the game's universe. Miyazaki, renowned for his work on Dark Souls and Bloodborne, crafted the game's unique gameplay and challenging design. This fusion of storytelling and game mechanics gave birth to an experience unlike any other. Fact 2. The game's title, Elden Ring, refers to a powerful and mysterious artifact that governs the fate of the world. It is said to be the source of the Erd tree's life-giving power. The Elden Ring itself is a symbol of balance. Its shattered state at the start of the game marks a world in disarray, a land gripped by chaos and ruin. The fractured ring is a central mystery, with the player tasked with restoring it and uncovering the secrets of its destruction. Fact 3. The development of Elden Ring was shrouded in mystery for years before its official reveal. In 2019, during the E3 conference, From Software released a teaser trailer, sparking excitement across the gaming community. Fans eagerly speculated on its connections to Dark Souls and Bloodborne. However, the game's unique setting, mythological depth, and partnership with Martin distinguished it from the studio's previous works, offering a fresh direction while maintaining the challenging and immersive experience From Software is known for. Fact 4. The world of Elden Ring, known as the Lands Between, is vast and open, offering players the freedom to explore its expansive environments. From dense forests and towering castles to vast plains and crumbled ruins, each area is designed to tell its own story. The world is interconnected with hidden paths, secret bosses, and intricate lore scattered throughout. It invites players to lose themselves in its beauty and mystery, offering a sense of wonder and discovery at every turn. Fact 5. One of the defining features of Elden Ring is its open-world design. Unlike Dark Souls or Bloodborne, which featured more linear level designs, Elden Ring allows players to explore at their own pace. The game's freedom is matched by its challenge, with enemies that adapt to the player's skill level and sprawling environments that hold dangers and rewards alike. The game's day-night cycle and dynamic weather further immerse players in this living, breathing world. Fact 6. Elden Ring draws from various mythological influences, blending elements from different cultures to create a unique tapestry of gods, heroes, and creatures. The world is shaped by the Elden Ring's influence, with ancient beings and powerful forces governing the lands. From the divine powers of the gods to the twisted, corrupted entities that roam the world, see every aspect of the game's lore feels alive with ancient power. These mythological references offer a rich narrative backdrop that enhances the player's journey. Fact 7. The game's lore is deeply rooted in the concept of the Elden Ring itself. The ring was once a symbol of order, a force that maintained balance across the world. However, after its shattering, the world descended into chaos. The player takes on the role of the Tarnished, a fallen warrior whose goal is to restore the Elden Ring and bring harmony to the lands once again. This journey is not only a physical one, but a spiritual and emotional one, as the Tarnished seeks redemption. Fact 8. The development of Elden Ring took several years, with a team of talented designers, artists, and writers working to create a world that was both familiar and new. From Software's reputation for creating challenging and intricate worlds is reflected in Elden Ring, but the addition of Martin's storytelling elevates the game's narrative to new heights. The collaboration between these two creative forces resulted in a game that balances complex lore with immersive gameplay, drawing players into a world unlike any other. Fact 9. The art design of Elden Ring plays a crucial role in immersing players in the world of the lands between. The game's aesthetic is a blend of dark fantasy and gothic horror, with towering castles, eerie forests, and ominous skies. Each area is meticulously designed to evoke a sense of wonder and fear, with landscapes that feel both beautiful and foreboding. The visual design of Elden Ring creates a world that is as captivating as it is terrifying, inviting players to explore its depths. Fact 10. Elden Ring was built upon the success of From Software's previous titles, but also aimed to innovate in ways that would redefine the studio's signature style. The open world format, the level of player choice, and the deeper narrative elements were all new territory for the studio. While the game retains the challenging combat and exploration that fans of Dark Souls and Bloodborne expect, Elden Ring adds a sense of freedom and flexibility, offering a fresh experience for both new and returning players. Fact 11. The Lands Between is a vast and ancient world where the echoes of a forgotten past reverberate throughout the land. At the heart of this world stands the Erd Tree, a colossal glowing tree that towers over the landscape. It is a symbol of life and death, a connection between the mortal world and the divine. The Erd Tree's presence is felt in every corner of the Lands Between, its golden light guiding the paths of those who seek its power and secrets. Fact 12. The Lands Between is divided into multiple regions, each with its own distinct environment, culture, and history. From the windswept plains of Limgrave to the craggy cliffs of Caelid, the world offers a rich variety of terrains to explore. Each region is carefully crafted to tell its own story, with ruins of ancient civilizations, forgotten gods, and mysterious forces lurking in the shadows. The diverse landscapes provide a sense of discovery and wonder, with each area feeling like its own world within the greater whole. Fact 13. The open world design of Elden Ring allows players to freely traverse the Lands Between on horseback or foot. This freedom of movement is essential to the game's immersive experience, as it enables players to encounter hidden locations, secret paths, and unexpected dangers. The world is designed to feel organic, with seamless transitions between areas. The sense of scale and depth is palpable, with towering structures, wide vistas, and distant horizons that create a world that feels truly alive and vast. Fact 14: the night sky and the lands between is filled with stars, but it also holds a darker secret. As the player journeys through the world, they will notice strange celestial events, such as the appearance of blood red moons or the ominous presence of the great Elden Ring. The sky serves as a reminder of the world's fractured state, with cosmic events hinting at the deeper hidden forces at play. The changing sky adds a layer of mystery to the world, reinforcing the idea that the lands between is a place of great significance. Fact 15: the ruins scattered across the lands between are not just remnants of a bygone era, but a testament to the world's fall from grace. Once proud cities and sacred places now lie in ruin, overtaken by time, nature, and corruption. These abandoned sites hold both danger and wonder, with treasures to be discovered and secrets to be unearthed. Exploring these ruins is a way to uncover the hidden history of the world, to learn about the rise and fall of the gods, and to witness the remnants of a forgotten age. 16. The lands between is home to many mysterious and dangerous creatures, each contributing to the world's eerie atmosphere. From terrifying beasts that lurk in the shadows to towering bosses that stand as obstacles on the player's journey, the creatures of the world are as varied as they are formidable. Many of these creatures are tied to the world's mythology and its divine powers, making their encounters both thrilling and deeply unsettling. They embody the corrupted state of the world, twisted by the shattering of the Elden Ring. Fact 17: one of the most striking features of the lands between is its ever changing nature. The world is alive with dynamic events that shape its landscape and the creatures within it. The weather shifts unpredictably from sunny skies to thunderstorms, adding to the feeling that the world is constantly in flux. The day night cycle is another key element, with different enemies appearing under the cover of night and the world's atmosphere shifting with the setting sun. These changes add a layer of realism to the game, creating a sense of immersion and unpredictability. Fact 18: the lands between is not just a physical space, it is a spiritual realm where the boundaries between life and death blur. The presence of the Erd tree and its divine energy permeates the land, affecting the souls of the living and the dead alike. The player encounters many spirits and lost souls throughout their journey, some seeking redemption, others lost to time and corruption. The spiritual nature of the world adds a haunting, ethereal quality to the game, emphasizing the theme of life and death that runs throughout the narrative. Fact 19: the cities of the lands between, now mostly in ruin, were once centers of power and culture. Those ancient cities were ruled by powerful lords and protected by formidable knights and armies. However, the fall of the Elden Ring and the fragmentation of the divine power led to the collapse of these once great civilizations. The remnants of these cities are scattered across the world, their ruins filled with echoes of the past. These locations hold both danger and mystery, with each offering a glimpse into the history and the grandeur of a time long gone. Fact 20: The world of Elden Ring is not just defined by its grand landscapes and towering structures, it is also shaped by the people who inhabit it. The inhabitants of the lands between, from the tarnished to the gods themselves, all play a role in the world's ongoing story. Their motivations, beliefs, and actions shape the world's fate, with each character adding a layer of complexity to the game's narrative. The relationships between these characters are often fraught with tension, conflict, and longing, creating a world that feels deeply human despite its fantastical elements. Fact 21: the gods of the lands between are powerful beings whose influence extends across the world. Each god represents a different aspect of life, from creation and destruction to light and dark. These deities shaped the world and its history, with their actions reverberating throughout the ages. The gods' gifts to the mortal inhabitants of the world include divine blessings, curses, and the power to shape the world itself. However, their power is not absolute, and the gods themselves are bound by the rules of the Elden Ring, which controls the very fabric of existence. K22, one of the most prominent deities in the lands between, is Marika, the goddess of the Erd Tree. Marika's influence is central to the world, as she is said to have given birth to the Elden Ring. Her divine light is believed to flow through the Erd Tree, granting life to the land and its inhabitants. However, Marika's role is shrouded in mystery, as she is both revered and feared. Her actions are pivotal to the story of the Elden Ring, as the destruction of the Elden Ring traces back to a moment of betrayal and tragedy. Fact 23: the two fingers are enigmatic entities that serve as messengers of the gods. They act as intermediaries between the divine and mortal realms, guiding the tarnished on their quest to restore the Elden Ring. The two fingers are deeply tied to the divine order and offer the player both guidance and challenges. Their true nature remains a mystery, as they seem to hold vast knowledge about the world and its secrets. The presence of the two fingers is a constant reminder that the gods are ever watchful, their influence extending even to the most distant corners of the world. Fact 24: Radagon is another powerful god whose influence is felt throughout the lands between. Once a divine being, Radagon's power is intertwined with the fate of the world. His role in the shattering of the Elden Ring is crucial, as his actions set in motion the events that lead to the world's descent into chaos. Radagon is often associated with the theme of duality, embodying both creation and destruction. His presence in the story reflects the conflict between divine order and the fractured state of the world, making him a key figure in the game's narrative. Fact 25: the Golden Order is a divine philosophy that governs the relationship between the gods and the world. It emphasizes the idea of balance and order, with the Elden Ring serving as the ultimate symbol of harmony. The Golden Order is deeply intertwined with the worship of the Erd Tree and the divine beings that inhabit the lands between. However, as the Elden Ring is shattered, the Golden Order begins to crumble, leading to a world in chaos. The remnants of the Golden Order serve as a guiding principle for those who seek to restore balance. Fact 26: one of the most tragic figures in the story of the lands between is Godwyn the Golden. Godwyn was a beloved deity, the first demigod to be born into the world, and a symbol of hope for the people. However, Godwyn's death marks the beginning of the world's decline. His passing is the first death of a god in the history of this world, and it is said to have set off a chain reaction that led to the destruction of the Elden Ring. Godwin's legacy lingers in the world, as his death left a void that would never be filled. Fact 27. The gods of the lands between are not omnipotent. They are bound by the laws of the Elden Ring, which controls the very fabric of reality. This limitation is explored throughout the game, as players discover that the god's power is not infinite. The god's influence over the world is often subtle, hidden in the stories of ancient texts, ruins, and whispers from the past. The tension between divine power and the constraints of the Elden Ring adds complexity to the game's narrative, as the player realizes that the gods are not as invincible as they seem. Fact 28. The death god, Mog, is one of the most disturbing deities in the lands between. Mog embodies the concept of death and decay, and his influence is seen throughout the game in the form of corrupted beings and places of death. Mog's power is connected to the shattering of the Elden Ring, and he seeks to bring about the world's ultimate destruction. His presence in the game reflects the darker side of the divine, offering a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the inevitability of death. Fact 29. The god of the sun, known as Radon, is another key figure in the game's pantheon. Radon is a mighty warrior, revered for his strength and prowess in battle. However, Radon's relationship with the Elden Ring is one of tragedy. He is said to have been a god who once stood as a protector of the world, but his fall into madness and corruption marks a turning point in the history of the lands between. Radhan's tragic descent into chaos is a reflection of the larger themes of power, pride, and the loss of divine favor. Fact 30. The gods of the lands between are not the only divine beings that influence the world. The Greater Will is a mysterious entity that oversees the cosmic order of the world. Its influence can be felt throughout the lands, shaping the destinies of the gods and mortals alike. The Greater Will is often depicted as an unseen force, its presence woven into the fabric of the world itself. Its intentions remain unclear, but its role in the events of Elden Ring is undeniable, as it seeks to restore order to a world teetering on the brink of collapse. Fact 31. The Tarnished are the central figures in Elden Ring, a group of individuals who have been exiled from the lands between. They are drawn to the shattered Elden Ring, seeking redemption and the restoration of their lost grace. The Tarnished are not gods, nor are they immortal. They are mere mortals who have been cast aside. Yet despite their fallen status, they are chosen to carry out the quest of reclaiming the Elden Ring, a task that could alter the fate of the entire world. Fact 32. The Tarnished are marked by their unique condition. They are beings who have lost their grace, the divine favor that once bound them to the gods. This loss is not just physical, but spiritual, leaving the Tarnished in a state of emptiness. It is this void, this yearning for purpose, that drives them on their journey through the lands between. The quest to restore the Elden Ring is not only about regaining their former power, but also about finding meaning and redemption in a broken world. Fact 33. The Tarnished are a diverse group, each with their own motives, backgrounds, and goals. Some seek to restore the Elden Ring to its former glory, while others wish to reshape the world according to their own desires. They come from various walks of life, each marked by their own tragedies, regrets, and hopes. Despite their differences, the Tarnished are united by a common cause, the belief that the Elden Ring holds the key to their salvation and the restoration of the world's balance. Fact 34. The journey of the tarnished is not one of ease or simplicity. The world they traverse is dangerous, filled with creatures, enemies, and divine beings who seek to prevent their success. Yet the tarnished are resilient, driven by a deep inner resolve. They must overcome not only the physical challenges of the world, but also the emotional and psychological toll of their journey. The path they walk is one of isolation, sacrifice, and growth as they strive to reclaim what was lost and confront the forces that stand in their way. Fact 35. The tarnished are also deeply connected to the spiritual realm. While they are mortal, their connection to the Elden Ring and the gods makes them powerful conduits of divine energy. This connection manifests in various ways, from the ability to wield powerful magic to the capacity to commune with the dead. The tarnished are not just warriors, but beings who have been touched by the divine, carrying with them the echoes of the god's power. This unique bond sets them apart from other mortals, giving them a special role in the world's fate. Fact 36. The arrival of the tarnished in the lands between is not a mere coincidence. They are drawn to the world by the shattering of the Elden Ring, a cataclysmic event that disrupted the divine order. The Elden Ring's fracture created a rift in the world, and the tarnished are called to restore it. Whether they succeed or fail, their journey will shape the course of history, as their actions will determine the fate of the world and the future of the gods. Fact 37. The tarnished are not alone on their journey. Along the way, they will encounter other characters, both allies and enemies, who have their own ties to the Elden Ring. Some will offer help, while others will hinder the tarnished's progress, each with their own agendas. The interactions between the tarnished and these characters are key to the game's narrative, as they reveal the complex web of relationships, betrayals, and alliances that define the world of Elden Ring. Fact 38. The tarnished are also marked by their connection to the great runes, powerful artifacts that once were a symbol of the Elden Ring's divine power. These runes, scattered throughout the world, hold great significance and are central to the tarnished's quest. Each great rune carries with it the essence of a fallen god or ancient power, and the tarnished must seek them out in order to restore the Elden Ring. The search for these runes is as much about uncovering the world's secrets as it is about regaining the lost divine power. Fact 39. As the tarnished journey through the lands between, they are constantly faced with choices that shape their path. The game's open world structure allows players to determine their own destiny, deciding which allies to trust, which enemies to confront, and how to approach the restoration of the Elden Ring. The tarnished's actions have lasting consequences, and the choices they make will echo throughout the world, influencing not only their personal fate, but the fate of the entire realm. Fact 40. The tarnished are a symbol of hope and despair, embodying the struggle to reclaim what has been lost and to find meaning in a fractured world. Their journey is one of self-discovery as they confront their past, their regrets, and their desires for the future. Through their trials, they come to understand the true cost of their quest and the sacrifices required to restore the Elden Ring. Whether they succeed or fail, the Tarnished's story is one of transformation, redemption, and the search for a new beginning. Fact 41. The Erd Tree is the spiritual and physical heart of the lands between. Towering above the land, its golden glow shines as a symbol of divine power grace, and life. The Erd tree's roots stretch deep into the world, its branches reaching toward the heavens. It is said to be the source of the Elden Ring's power, channeling the divine energy that sustains the world. The tree's radiant light bathes the land, nourishing the life that grows beneath it. However, as the Elden Ring shatters, the tree's light begins to fade, leaving the world in shadow. Fact 42. The Erd tree is not just a source of power, but a sacred place of great significance. It is believed to be the home of the gods, where they once dwelled in harmony with the mortal realm. The gods' connection to the Erd tree is symbolic of their divine role in the world's creation and maintenance. As the Elden Ring shattered, the Erd tree's divine energy became corrupted, and its once pure light grew dim. Yet the tree still holds great importance, its influence felt throughout the lands between as both a symbol of hope and a reminder of the world's fall. Fact 43. The Erd tree's roots stretch far beneath the surface of the world, intertwining with the very fabric of reality. It is said that the tree's roots reach into the realm of the dead, connecting the mortal world with the afterlife. These roots also bind the world together, anchoring the lands and maintaining the balance between the realms. As the Elden Ring is shattered, the once strong foundation provided by the Erd tree begins to weaken. The cracks in the Erd tree's roots symbolize the disintegration of the world's order, with the forces of life and death becoming increasingly unstable. Fact 44. The Erd tree's appearance is both awe-inspiring and unsettling. Its immense size casts a shadow over the lands between, making it a constant presence in the world. The tree's golden leaves shimmer in the sunlight, creating a breathtaking spectacle that evokes both reverence and fear. Despite its beauty, the tree also carries an air of melancholy. The fading light of the Erd tree symbolizes the loss of divine favor, a world in decline. As players approach the tree, they feel its weight, the immense power it once held, and the tragic consequences of its weakening. Fact 45. The Elden Ring's connection to the Erd tree is one of balance. The tree's divine energy was once in harmony with the power of the Elden Ring, creating a world where order and stability reigned. The Erd tree's radiance kept the forces of chaos at bay, and its presence was a beacon of hope. However, with the destruction of the Elden Ring, the Erd tree's light begins to wane, and the forces of disorder creep into the world. The Tarnished's quest to restore the Elden Ring is intertwined with the fate of the Erd tree, as both are symbols of a lost, fractured world. Fact 46. The Erd tree is not only a physical entity, but a symbol of the divine will that once shaped the world. It represents the unyielding cycle of life and death, growth and decay. Its roots connect the living world to the afterlife, while its towering branches reach toward the heavens. The Erd tree's branches are said to house the spirits of the dead, offering them a place of rest and reflection. As the Elden Ring shatters, the spirits of the dead become restless, and the Erd tree's once sacred role as a guide to the afterlife begins to falter. Fact 47. The Erd tree's influence extends beyond the mortal realm. It is tied to the very essence of the world, with its power affecting the land, the gods, and the creatures that inhabit it. The tree's radiance once provided light and warmth to the entire world, fostering growth and prosperity. However, with the fracturing of the Elden Ring, the Erd tree's light begins to flicker and its energy becomes tainted. The land begins to wither, and the once vibrant ecosystems of the lands between begin to fall into disrepair. The tree's decay reflects the disintegration of the world's divine order. Fact 48. The sacred nature of the Erd tree is reflected in the reverence with which the inhabitants of the lands between regard it. Many seek to protect the tree, believing it to be the last hope for restoring balance to the world. Pilgrims travel from across the land to pray at the foot of the tree, hoping to gain favor with the gods and the divine energy that flows through its roots. However, as the Erd tree weakens, so does the faith of the people. The tree's crumbling state serves as a reminder that all things, even the divine, are subject to decay. Fact 49. The Erd tree's power is also tied to the fate of the gods who once ruled the world. The tree's radiance is said to have been a manifestation of the gods' divine will, and their connection to the tree allowed them to shape the world. However, with the destruction of the Elden Ring, the gods' power is diminished, and their connection to the Erd tree is broken. As the gods' influence wanes, so too does the Erd tree's light. The tree's decline mirrors the fall of the gods and the collapse of the divine order, leaving the world in chaos. Fact 50. The Erd tree holds many secrets, hidden within its vast branches and roots. Ancient texts and forgotten lore speak of hidden chambers within the tree, places where the gods once communed with their followers. These sacred spaces are said to hold great power, but they are also fraught with danger. The tarnished must venture into the heart of the Erd tree to uncover its mysteries and reclaim the power that was lost with the destruction of the Elden Ring. The Erd tree's hidden secrets hold the key to restoring the world, but only those brave enough to face its trials will succeed. Fact 51. The Great Runes are powerful artifacts that once served as the foundation of the Elden Ring's divine power. These runes, imbued with immense energy, were essential in maintaining the world's balance. Each great rune represents a different aspect of the divine order, granting its bearer godlike power. However, when the Elden Ring shattered, these runes were scattered, lost to the world. The Tarnished's quest to restore the Elden Ring is intimately tied to the search for these runes, as they hold the key to restoring order and unlocking the true power of the Elden Ring. Fact 52. Each great rune is associated with a fallen god or deity, their essence encapsulated in the rune itself. These runes embody the god's power, preserving their influence even after their deaths. The Tarnished must seek out these runes, which are often hidden in dangerous, forgotten places. Recovering each rune brings the Tarnished closer to restoring the Elden Ring and unlocking the divine powers that once governed the world. However, the pursuit of these runes is fraught with peril, as the lands are filled with powerful beings who seek to claim the runes for themselves. Fact 53. The great runes are not only symbols of power, but also of legacy. They represent the history of the world and the gods who once shaped it. The runes are tied to the fate of the gods, each reflecting the attributes and domains of the deities they represent. Some runes are associated with creation, while others symbolize destruction or death. Each rune is a piece of history, a remnant of a time when the gods ruled with unchallenged might. The Tarnished's journey to recover the runes is also a journey to uncover the forgotten past. Fact 54. The great runes carry not only power, but responsibility. To wield a rune is to bear the weight of a god's legacy. The runes are not simply tools for gaining strength. They are also symbols of the divine burdens the gods carried. The tarnished, in their quest to restore the Elden Ring, must come to terms with the responsibilities these runes represent. Each rune carries with it the essence of the god it represents, and the tarnished must decide how to wield that power without becoming consumed by it. Fact 55. The great runes are scattered throughout the lands between, hidden in dangerous and often inaccessible places. To find these runes, the tarnished must overcome fierce enemies, solve complex puzzles, and navigate treacherous environments. Each rune is guarded by powerful forces, both physical and spiritual. The journey to recover the runes is one of sacrifice and perseverance, as the tarnished must face not only the dangers of the world, but the moral and ethical dilemmas posed by the power they seek to obtain. The pursuit of the runes is a test of both strength and character. Fact 56. The great runes are essential to the restoration of the Elden Ring. Without these runes, the power of the Elden Ring cannot be fully restored, and the world will remain in chaos. The Tarnished's quest to recover the runes is central to the game's narrative, as it represents the key to bringing balance back to the world. Each rune recovered brings the player one step closer to understanding the true nature of the Elden Ring and its role in the divine order. The runes are the final pieces needed to restore the broken world. Fact 57. The great runes are not easily understood. While they hold immense power, their true nature is shrouded in mystery. The runes' origins, their connection to the gods, and their role in the creation of the Elden Ring remain largely unknown. As the Tarnished search for these runes, they uncover fragments of lost knowledge and ancient texts that hint at the runes' true purpose. The runes are not just sources of power, but keys to understanding the world's creation and its eventual destruction. Their mystery is as vast as the world itself. Fact 58. The great runes are not merely relics of the past, they are active forces that continue to shape the world. Each rune pulses with energy, influencing the land and its inhabitants. The rune's presence is felt in the environment, with certain areas becoming more dangerous or more fertile depending on the power of the rune nearby. As the Tarnished recover the runes, they begin to notice how the world around them changes, how the land itself reacts to the awakening of these ancient symbols of power. Fact 59. The great runes are deeply connected to the gods' wills, and as such, they reflect the intentions of those who once wielded them. Some runes are linked to the gods' desires for creation and life, while others are tied to death and destruction. The Tarnished's interactions with these runes reveal the gods' hidden motives and their struggles to maintain control over the world. As the player recovers each rune, they uncover more about the gods' desires and their role in the world's fall from grace. Fact 60. The great runes are coveted by many, not just the Tarnished. Other factions and powerful beings seek to claim the runes for themselves, believing that doing so will grant them ultimate power. These factions include the gods themselves, as well as mortal and immortal beings who seek to reshape the world in their image. The quest for the great runes is as much about power and control as it is about restoring balance. The Tarnished must navigate this treacherous landscape where alliances are fleeting and betrayal is always a possibility. Fact 61. One of the most important figures in Elden Ring is Queen Marika the Eternal. She is the divine ruler of the lands between and the one responsible for the creation of the Elden Ring. Marika's reign is marked by both wisdom and tragedy. As the bearer of the Elden Ring's power, she is tied to the very fate of the world. Her mysterious disappearance and the subsequent shattering of the Elden Ring set the stage for the chaos that follows. Marika's actions and legacy are central to the Tarnished's quest to restore the world's balance. Fact 62: Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, is another pivotal figure in the game. As the husband of Marika, Godfrey is one of the most powerful warriors to have ever lived. His strength and leadership helped shape the lands between, making him an influential figure in the history of the world. However, after Marika's disappearance, Godfrey is cast out, exiled from the lands he once protected. His fall from grace mirrors the decline of the world itself, and his journey serves as a reminder of the fragility of even the greatest rulers. Fact 63: Radon, the Star Scourge, is a fearsome demigod who once stood as a protector of the lands between. Known for his incredible strength and the ability to control the stars, Radon is a tragic figure. His connection to the Elden Ring is tied to the fall of the Divine Order. Once a warrior of unmatched skill, Radon's descent into madness and corruption represents the collapse of the world's order. The Tarnished must confront Radon in their journey, facing both his formidable power and the emotional weight of his tragic story. Fact 64: Miquella, the Unalloyed, is a pivotal character whose fate is closely tied to the story of the Elden Ring. As the child of Marika and one of the most beloved deities, Miquella's influence is far-reaching. Despite being young, Miquella possesses great power and wisdom, and their connection to the Elden Ring is significant. However, Miquella's story is one of pain and suffering, as their pursuit of perfection and their eventual fall into a corrupted state reflects the overarching themes of the game. The Tarnished's journey uncovers the truth about Miquella's fate. Fact 65: Radagon, once a mighty god and the husband of Queen Marika, is another central figure whose influence looms large throughout the story. Radagon's connection to the Elden Ring is complex, as he played a key role in its creation and its subsequent shattering. Radagon is often associated with duality, representing both the forces of creation and destruction. His actions have lasting consequences, both for the gods and the mortals who inhabit the world. As the Tarnished uncover the mysteries of Radagon's past, they come to understand the intricate web of power that defines the world's fate. Fact 66: The mysterious character known as the Maiden in Black plays a critical role in the story. Though little is known about her, she serves as a guide to the Tarnished, offering advice and counsel along the way. Her connection to the gods and the Elden Ring is unclear, but her presence is significant. The Maiden in Black's role as an intermediary between the Tarnished and the Divine suggests that she may hold knowledge about the deeper workings of the world. Her true motives are shrouded in mystery, and her fate intertwines with that of the Elden Ring. Fact 67: One of the most enigmatic figures in Elden Ring is Blad, a mysterious half-wolf warrior. Blad serves as an ally to the Tarnished and is one of the key figures in the game's narrative. His loyalty to the player is unwavering, and his strength is formidable. However, Blad's past is filled with tragedy and loss, and his connection to the Elden Ring's shattering is hinted at throughout the game. As the Tarnished progress in their journey, they learn more about Blad's origins and the hidden truths that bind him to the fate of the world. Fact 68. Lysitha, the sorceress of the West, is a key character who plays a vital role in the unfolding events of Elden Ring. As a skilled sorceress, Lysithea possesses vast knowledge of magic and the arcane arts. She is an ally to the Tarnished, offering both guidance and powerful sorceries to aid in their quest. However, her motives are not entirely clear, and her involvement with the Elden Ring's mysteries hints at deeper, darker connections. Lysithea's role in the game's story is one of intrigue, as players must uncover the truth behind her loyalties. Fact 69. Varant, the Keeper of Secrets, is a figure whose role is crucial to understanding the hidden lore of the lands between. Known for his vast knowledge of the Elden Ring and its mysteries, Varant serves as a scholar and guide for the Tarnished. He is both revered and feared, as his understanding of the world's secrets places him in a position of power. Varant's teachings provide valuable insights into the divine history of the lands between, but his involvement with the Elden Ring raises questions about his true allegiances. Fact 70. The character known as the Gloomed One is a pivotal figure whose actions shape the direction of the Tarnished's journey. Though little is known about the Gloomed One, their connection to the Elden Ring and its power is undeniable. They are shrouded in secrecy, with their true motives hidden behind a veil of shadows. As the Tarnished seek to restore the Elden Ring, they will encounter the Gloomed One and uncover the key to understanding the true nature of the Elden Ring's shattering and the forces that threaten the world. Fact 71. The lands between is filled with hidden lore that rewards curious players. From cryptic messages on ancient tombstones to enigmatic paintings on castle walls, the game hides its secrets in every corner. Many of these hidden elements are subtle, requiring players to pay close attention to the environment around them. These pieces of lore often hint at the world's history, the gods' true intentions, and the origins of the Elden Ring. By piecing together these fragments, the Tarnished can uncover a deeper understanding of the world and the tragic events that led to its downfall. Fact 72. One of the most intriguing Easter eggs in Elden Ring is the hidden connection to Dark Souls. Throughout the game, players can find subtle references to the previous From Software titles, such as familiar item names, creatures, and even architecture. These nods serve as a tribute to the legacy of the studio's earlier works, while also enriching the world of Elden Ring with a sense of continuity. For fans of Dark Souls, these Easter eggs offer a sense of recognition, as if the lands of the Elden Ring are connected to those of the past. Fact 73. Hidden in the depths of the lands between are mysterious tombs that offer clues about the game's ancient gods and their once immense power. Those tombs are often located in secluded, hard-to-reach places, making their discovery all the more rewarding. Inside, players can find cryptic inscriptions, remnants of forgotten rituals, and lost knowledge. The tomb's designs vary from region to region, each reflecting the cultural and religious practices of the gods who once ruled the world. Exploring these tombs reveals the depth of the world's lore and the ancient powers that shaped it. Fact 74. The game's secret endings are a hidden aspect of Elden Ring that only the most dedicated players can access. These endings are not revealed through normal gameplay, but are instead unlocked by completing specific tasks or discovering hidden locations. Each secret ending offers a different interpretation of the game's story, revealing alternative fates for the gods and the tarnished. These endings serve as a reward for players who go beyond the main narrative, encouraging exploration and offering a deeper understanding of the choices the tarnished must make in their quest. Fact 75. The Elden Ring lore is peppered with references to ancient rituals that once shaped the world. These rituals, often involving the gods and the Elden Ring itself, were used to maintain balance in the world. Some rituals are believed to have been lost to time, while others are hinted at through mysterious symbols and objects scattered across the lands between. By deciphering these hidden references, players can uncover the true nature of the Elden Ring's power and its role in the world's creation and destruction, adding another layer of intrigue to the game's narrative. Fact 76. The presence of hidden weapons and armor sets is another Easter egg in Elden Ring that adds to its depth. These items are often locked behind secret bosses or hidden paths, requiring the player to explore every nook and cranny of the world. Some of these weapons are tied to specific characters or gods, while others are relics of forgotten eras. The search for these hidden items provides both a sense of discovery and a deeper connection to the world's lore, as each item tells its own story of the lands and the characters that once inhabited them. Fact 77. A recurring Easter egg in Elden Ring is the presence of mysterious NPCs who seem to appear out of nowhere. These characters often provide cryptic advice or offer items that seem out of place, leaving players to wonder about their true significance. Some of these NPCs have ties to the gods, while others seem to be travelers from other worlds. Their roles are often ambiguous, but their interactions with the tarnished reveal small pieces of the puzzle that is the world's history. These characters add an air of mystery and encourage players to question the nature of the game's reality. Fact 78. The game is filled with references to past From Software games, and one of the most notable is the hidden area that mirrors the Dark Souls world. This location, though not explicitly stated, shares many similarities with familiar environments from previous titles. The architecture, the enemies, and even the atmosphere evoke a sense of nostalgia for those who have played From Software's earlier games. These hidden nods not only serve as a tribute to the studio's past, but also provide a sense of continuity within the expansive universe they've created. Fact 79. Elden Ring also features hidden interactions with the environment that provide further insight into the world's history. In certain areas, players can find weathered objects or unusual markings that suggest something more than just a typical landscape. These details often hint at forgotten events or past battles that shaped the world of the lands between. The environment is not just a backdrop for the player's journey, it's a living, breathing record of the world's tumultuous past, offering clues that only the most observant players will uncover. Fact 80. Hidden in the game are several forgotten languages that the tarnished can discover. Those ancient texts are written in obscure scripts that can only be translated by piecing together clues from different parts of the world. The languages provide further insight into the origins of the Elden Ring and the gods who once wielded its power. By deciphering these ancient writings, players unlock a deeper understanding of the game's lore and the rich history of the world that has been long buried by time. Fact 81. The lands between is vast and its many regions each offer a unique environment and rich history. Limgrave, the first region players encounter, serves as the introduction to the game's sprawling world. It is a land of lush forests, winding rivers, and crumbling ruins. Despite its initial peaceful appearance, Limgrave is teeming with danger and mystery. The remnants of ancient civilizations dot the landscape, hinting at the complex history of the world. The Tarnished's journey begins here, and it is in Limgrave that they start to uncover the secrets of the Elden Ring's shattering. Fact 82: Caelid, a region defined by its desolate, scarred landscape, is one of the most haunting areas in Elden Ring. Once a land of prosperity, Caelid has been ravaged by corruption, its fields now covered in poisonous miasma. The land is dotted with crumbling structures, forgotten temples, and strange, mutated creatures. The atmosphere is eerie and unsettling, making exploration both a challenge and a wonder. The corruption that has overtaken Caelid is directly tied to the fall of the Elden Ring, with the land serving as a reflection of the world's decaying state. Fact 83: Liurnia of the Lakes is another region filled with mystery and beauty. It is a land of shimmering waters, vast marshes, and ancient ruins. The landscape is dominated by a large, mystical lake with crumbling castles and forgotten temples lining its shores. Liurnia's beauty is tempered by the sense of decay that pervades the region. The once vibrant society that inhabited Liurnia has long since vanished, and now only remnants of their history remain. The Tarnished must navigate this dangerous, waterlogged terrain, uncovering both the secrets of the past and the dangers that still lurk beneath the surface. Fact 84: Mountaintops of the Giants is a cold, unforgiving region where towering peaks and frigid winds dominate the landscape. The snow covered mountains are home to ancient ruins, frozen creatures, and a harsh, inhospitable environment. The giants, once a powerful race, are now largely extinct, but their influence still lingers in the form of massive statues and long abandoned temples. This region serves as a reminder of the world's former glory and the destructive forces that have reshaped the land. The Tarnished's journey through this frozen wasteland is both a physical and emotional trial. Fact 85: The Forbidden Lands is a mysterious and treacherous region that is hidden from view for most of the game. Accessible only after significant progress, it is a land shrouded in mist and mystery. The region is home to ancient ruins, dark forests, and forgotten sanctuaries. The Forgotten Lands also hold the key to understanding the larger narrative of Elden Ring, offering crucial insights into the god's intentions and the origins of the Elden Ring itself. The region's atmosphere is oppressive, filled with both danger and wonder as players uncover its secrets and unlock its dark past. Fact 86: The Altus Plateau is an expansive region marked by towering cliffs, golden fields, and majestic temples. Once a thriving hub of civilization, the Altus Plateau is now largely abandoned. Despite its peaceful appearance, the region is home to dangerous wildlife, hidden treasures, and a rich history waiting to be uncovered. The plateau is home to many ancient secrets, from long-lost magical artifacts to divine relics. The Tarnished's journey through the Altus Plateau serves as an important step in understanding the divine forces that shaped the world and the destruction that has followed the Elden Ring's shattering. Fact 87: The Siofra River is a hidden underground region filled with glowing ruins and ancient relics. This subterranean world offers a stark contrast to the bright, sunlit surface of the lands between. The Siofra River is a place of deep mystery, its winding tunnels and underground lakes hiding the secrets of a lost civilization. The region is dark and foreboding, yet beautiful in its own way, with glowing fungi and forgotten temples illuminating the way. As players explore this hidden world, they uncover clues about the ancient gods and the events that led to the world's current state. Fact 88: The Forbidden Depths, a dark and shadowy part of the lands between, is a region where the very air seems thick with secrets. Here, the tarnished will find long forgotten caves, sunken temples, and dangerous enemies lurking in the dark. The depths are also home to strange, otherworldly creatures that offer a glimpse into the world's darker side. The atmosphere in this region is oppressive, as if the very land itself is holding its breath, waiting for the tarnished to uncover the terrible truths hidden beneath the surface. It is a region where only the bravest dare to venture. Fact 89: The Nokron Eternal City is a mysterious, ancient city that has been hidden for millennia. Once a thriving hub of culture and magic, the city now lies in ruins, its secrets buried beneath layers of time. The city is home to powerful artifacts, long lost technologies, and mysterious beings that still roam its halls. The Tarnished's journey to Nokron offers a deep dive into the history of the Elden Ring and its creators, revealing secrets that have been long forgotten. The city's eerie beauty and sense of ancient power make it one of the most intriguing locations in the game. Fact 90: The Onsel Woods is a tranquil yet eerie forest filled with towering trees, glowing flora, and hidden paths. The region is home to a variety of magical creatures, many of which are tied to the divine energy that once flowed through the Elden Ring. The woods have a timeless quality, as if they have existed in the same state for centuries. Players will find hidden groves, secret caves, and long abandoned shrines scattered throughout the region. The Einsel Woods serve as both a place of quiet reflection and a reminder of the world's ancient, forgotten past. Fact 91: The world of Elden Ring is a meticulously crafted blend of fantasy and reality, with each region offering a unique atmosphere and sense of place. From the towering spires of the Altus Plateau to the dark, misty forests of the Siofra River, the game's design creates a world that feels both dreamlike and grounded in reality. The juxtaposition of the natural world and the supernatural is one of the game's most striking features, as players traverse landscapes that feel both ancient and alive, with every corner holding something new and intriguing to discover. Fact 92: The architecture of Elden Ring plays a crucial role in immersing players in its world. The towering castles, crumbling temples, and intricate ruins evoke a sense of grandeur and decay, reflecting the world's fall from divine grace. The design of these structures most often hints at their former glory, with faded murals, broken statues, and overgrown vines telling the story of civilizations long past. The attention to detail in these architectural elements adds depth to the world, making each location feel rich in history and layered with the remnants of a once prosperous world. Fact 93: One of the most innovative aspects of Elden Ring is its seamless integration of environmental storytelling. The world's design isn't just about its beauty, it also serves as a means to communicate the game's lore. Players can uncover the history of the Elden Ring and its shattering by exploring the landscape and interacting with its elements. From the remnants of old battlefields to the ruins of forgotten cities, every location tells a story. The world itself is a canvas upon which the game's narrative is painted, with every detail offering a clue to the larger mystery. Fact 94. The lighting in Elden Ring plays an important role in setting the tone for each area. The game makes use of natural and artificial lighting to create a sense of atmosphere, whether it's the soft glow of the Erd tree's radiance or the oppressive darkness of the forbidden depths. The way light filters through the trees in the Ansel Woods or the way shadows stretch across the land at dusk adds an emotional layer to the experience, emphasizing the themes of hope, decay, and the passage of time. Light and shadow become characters in their own right. Fact 95. Sound design in Elden Ring is another key element that enhances the player's immersion in the world. The game's soundtrack, composed by Yuka Kitamura and Tsukasa Saito, creates a haunting and epic atmosphere with soaring melodies accompanying moments of awe and tension-filled silences building suspense. The ambient sounds of the environment, wind rustling through leaves, the distant howls of creatures, the creaking of ancient stone, further draw players into the world. The soundscape of Elden Ring is not just a backdrop, it's a vital part of the storytelling, adding emotional depth to every moment. Fact 96. The creature design in Elden Ring is a blend of mythology and imagination, drawing inspiration from various cultures while creating truly unique beings. The monstrous bosses and terrifying enemies are not only challenging to defeat, but their designs are meant to evoke both awe and fear. From grotesque, twisted creatures that embody the corruption of the world to majestic beings that evoke the power of the gods, each enemy in Elden Ring serves as a reflection of the world's fractured state. Their designs are both terrifying and beautiful, capturing the essence of the game's dark fantasy atmosphere. Fact 97. The game's use of scale is one of the most striking aspects of its design. Players encounter environments and enemies of immense size, creating a sense of awe and insignificance. The towering Erd tree dominates the skyline, while colossal creatures loom on the horizon, reminding players of the vastness and danger of the world. The design of these grandiose elements amplifies the feeling of being a small, mortal figure in a world filled with ancient, powerful forces. The scale of Elden Ring reinforces its themes of cosmic insignificance and the struggle of the tarnished against overwhelming odds. Fact 98. One of the key design principles of Elden Ring is its emphasis on player freedom. The open world structure allows players to explore at their own pace, discovering new areas, uncovering secrets, and facing challenges in whatever order they choose. This freedom extends to the gameplay mechanics as well, with players able to customize their characters, choose their combat styles, and decide how to interact with the world. The design encourages exploration and experimentation, allowing players to forge their own paths and approach the game's challenges in a way that feels personal and rewarding. Fact 99. The weather system in Elden Ring is an essential part of its design, adding a layer of unpredictability and immersion to the world. From sudden storms that obscure visibility to the tranquil calm of a clear day, the weather changes not only affect the gameplay, but also enhance the atmosphere. The rain, fog, and snow create a dynamic environment where the player must adapt to the shifting conditions. The weather system adds an extra dimension to the world, reinforcing the sense of a living, breathing realm where even nature itself is in constant flux. Fact 100. The integration of mythology into the design of Elden Ring is evident in the rich visual and narrative elements that are inspired by real world legends. The game draws from a wide range of mythological sources, incorporating themes of gods, creation, and destruction. The designs of the gods, their temples, and their artifacts evoke a sense of ancient myth, with each deity representing a different aspect of the world's spiritual and physical balance. These mythological influences are not just decorative, but are deeply tied to the game's narrative, adding layers of meaning to the player's journey. Fact 101 from Software's Dark Souls series has had a profound influence on Elden Ring, shaping its design, gameplay, and overall feel. Much like its predecessors, Elden Ring features challenging combat, intricate world building, and a dark, atmospheric tone. The series' hallmark difficulty is present in full force, with enemies that require precise timing and strategy. However, Elden Ring expands upon the Dark Souls formula by introducing an open world and a greater emphasis on exploration, all while maintaining the studio's signature sense of isolation and discovery. This blend of old and new enhances the game's appeal. Fact 102. One of the most notable influences Dark Souls had on Elden Ring is its world building philosophy. Both games share the characteristic of minimal exposition, where players must piece together the story from environmental cues, item descriptions, and hidden lore. This creates a deep sense of mystery, inviting players to explore every corner of the world for clues. Elden Ring continues this tradition, with its sprawling world offering ample opportunities for discovery, making each finding feel like a revelation that adds depth to the overarching narrative. This subtle storytelling remains a core from Software hallmark. Fact 103. The complex lore of Dark Souls has left a lasting imprint on Elden Ring. The gods, divine artifacts, and the themes of cyclical destruction are all elements that From Software explored in its earlier games. In Elden Ring, these elements are expanded with a more intricate pantheon of gods and a greater emphasis on the Elden Ring itself as a central force. The deep lore, although often cryptic, serves as a backdrop for the player's journey, encouraging exploration and interpretation. Fans of Dark Souls will find the same cryptic storytelling woven into Elden Ring's fabric. Fact 104. The concept of interconnected, intricate world design that was pioneered in Dark Souls is present in Elden Ring as well. In Dark Souls, the world was designed to be one continuous, interconnected space where areas seamlessly flowed into each other. Elden Ring takes this to the next level with its open world structure, allowing players to explore vast regions while still maintaining the same level of interconnectivity. The world of Elden Ring feels alive, where locations and secrets are tied together, offering a sense of cohesion that harks back to the design philosophies from Software refined in Dark Souls. Fact 105. Boss fights, which have become synonymous with Dark Souls, play a significant role in Elden Ring as well. The intense tactical battles against towering foes are a staple of both games, requiring players to master combat mechanics, timing, and strategy. In Elden Ring, the variety and scale of the boss encounters are expanded with more diverse and imaginative designs. These battles test not only the player's skill, but also their patience and adaptability. The difficulty, once again, is a core part of the experience, providing both frustration and satisfaction, a nod to Dark Souls' legacy. Fact 106. The theme of isolation and solitude that runs throughout Dark Souls is echoed in Elden Ring. In both games, players are often alone, with little to no guidance, navigating desolate landscapes filled with dangerous enemies. This sense of loneliness heightens the emotional weight of exploration and combat, making every discovery feel hard won. In Elden Ring, the Tarnished's journey is one of both physical and spiritual struggle, mirroring the solitary quests of the Dark Souls protagonists. The game's design reinforces the notion that the world is harsh, indifferent, and filled with challenges that only the resolute can overcome. Fact 107. Like Dark Souls, Elden Ring emphasizes the importance of player choice. While Dark Souls offered branching paths and various ways to approach the game, Elden Ring expands upon this idea by giving players the freedom to explore its vast open world at their own pace. This freedom allows for a deeper sense of personal investment in the game's progression. The choices players make, from how they build their character to the decisions they make in their journey, impact not only their playstyle, but also their understanding of the game's complex narrative. Fact 108. In Dark Souls, the player's connection to the world was mediated through a series of interconnected NPCs, each with their own stories and arcs. In Elden Ring, NPCs once again play a crucial role in shaping the player's journey. While the open world nature of the game means that interactions with NPCs are less scripted, these characters still offer valuable lore, quests, and even companionship. Some of these NPCs have deep ties to the gods and the Elden Ring itself, providing insight into the deeper mysteries of the world, continuing from Software's legacy of memorable characters. Fact 109. The difficulty level that defines Dark Souls is also a defining trait of Elden Ring. However, Elden Ring takes the challenging formula of Dark Souls and adds an open world element, allowing players to approach combat and exploration in their own way. The difficulty is not just about defeating enemies, but also about navigating the harsh environment, avoiding traps, and managing resources. The game's difficulty fosters a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction, as overcoming obstacles feels earned. It remains true to the Dark Souls philosophy of testing players' resolve and rewarding perseverance. Fact 110. The visual design of Elden Ring shares similarities with Dark Souls, especially in its use of dark, atmospheric environments. From Software's ability to craft hauntingly beautiful, yet foreboding, worlds is evident in both games. In Elden Ring, players will traverse landscapes filled with ominous ruins, towering fortresses, and desolate fields that reflect the world's decaying state. The game's art direction takes inspiration from the visual style of Dark Souls, but expands it, introducing new design elements that enhance the sense of grandeur and decay. The haunting beauty of the world is a direct homage to the legacy of From Software's previous titles. Fact 111. The weapons in Elden Ring are as varied as the world itself, offering players a diverse array of tools to aid them in their journey. From powerful greatswords and curved blades to graceful spears and twin blades, each weapon has its own unique moveset and playstyle. The choice of weapon can greatly affect the player's combat experience, allowing for a range of approaches, whether focused on speed, strength, or magic. Every weapon has its own weight, power, and utility, making the selection process crucial to success as the Tarnished navigate the perilous lands of the world. Fact 112. Armor in Elden Ring is not just about protection, it also plays a critical role in defining the Tarnished's combat style. The game features a wide variety of armor sets, each designed to provide different levels of defense and mobility. Some armor sets are heavy, offering great protection but limiting mobility, while others are lighter, allowing for faster movement at the cost of less defense. The armor sets also feature unique visual designs, allowing players to create a personalized look for their tarnished while also adapting to the challenges they face in combat. Fact 113: Magic plays a vital role in Elden Ring, offering players a range of powerful spells that can deal devastating damage or provide support during battle. The magic system is as deep and varied as the rest of the game, with players able to wield elemental, healing, and buffing spells. The use of magic can be a game changer, allowing the tarnished to attack from a distance, heal wounds, or protect themselves with powerful shields. Magic in Elden Ring is an essential tool for overcoming the game's toughest enemies and the ever present dangers of the world. Fact 114: The crafting system in Elden Ring gives players the ability to create a wide variety of useful items, from healing potions to explosive projectiles. Crafting materials can be found throughout the world, with certain resources being more rare than others. Players can gather herbs, minerals, and other materials to craft essential items that help them survive in the unforgiving world of the lands between. This crafting system encourages exploration, as players must venture into dangerous territories to gather the resources needed to make their tools, enhancing the sense of survival in the game. Fact 115: Shields in Elden Ring are essential tools for defense, allowing the tarnished to block incoming attacks and provide a moment of safety during combat. Much like weapons and armor, shields come in various types, each offering different advantages. Some shields provide high physical protection but are heavy and slow, while others are lighter but offer less defense. The choice of shield can significantly impact the Tarnished's combat approach, as mastering the art of blocking and parrying can turn the tide of battle, allowing players to protect themselves while waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Fact 116: In Elden Ring, the Ashes of War are special abilities that can be applied to weapons, adding magical or elemental effects to their attacks. These ashes provide an extra layer of customization, allowing players to enhance their weapons with powerful moves that can deal more damage or trigger specific debuffs. The Ashes of War system adds depth to the combat, offering players a variety of tactical options for dealing with enemies. Some ashes can summon elemental power, while others offer buffs or create devastating shockwaves, making each weapon more unique in its function. Fact 117: The game's variety of bows and ranged weapons offers an entirely different approach to combat. Bows and crossbows allow the tarnished to engage enemies from a distance, avoiding direct confrontation while still dealing damage. These weapons are especially useful for picking off enemies from afar or for dealing with powerful foes that are too dangerous to approach head on. The ranged combat system is flexible, with players able to use different types of arrows and bolts, each with unique effects such as poison or fire, adding a layer of strategy to the game's combat. Fact 118: In addition to physical weapons and armor, Elden Ring also features a robust system of talismans and rings that provide passive effects to aid the tarnished. These items can boost stats like strength, dexterity, or intelligence, provide resistance to certain elements, or increase healing effects. Talismans are essential for customizing the player's build, allowing for more specialized combat approaches. Players can wear multiple talismans, choosing those that complement their playstyle, whether they focus on defense, offense, or support, ensuring that each journey through the world feels personalized and strategically varied. Fact 119: the game's magic system allows players to use a wide range of incantations and sorceries, each providing unique advantages in combat. Incantations are often tied to divine or elemental powers, such as fire, lightning, or healing, while sorceries focus on manipulating magical energy for destructive purposes. The versatility of magic allows players to adopt different strategies, whether they prefer long range attacks, close range bursts, or utility spells that can control the battlefield. The combination of magical powers with traditional weapons creates a dynamic combat experience where players can adapt to the challenges they face. Fact 120: one of the most exciting features in Elden Ring is the ability to dual wield weapons, offering players a faster and more aggressive combat style. Dual wielding allows for a flurry of attacks that can overwhelm enemies, dealing rapid damage and covering a wide area. However, this style comes with trade offs, as the player sacrifices the defense of a shield or the versatility of a two-handed weapon. Mastery of dual wielding requires precise timing and positioning, but for those who can handle it, it provides one of the most exhilarating ways to approach combat in Elden Ring. Fact 121: the enemies in Elden Ring are as varied as the lands themselves, with each region of the world teeming with unique creatures. From twisted beasts and spectral apparitions to human like enemies corrupted by the Elden Ring's fracture, the game is filled with foes that reflect the world's fractured state. These enemies are not just obstacles, they are a reflection of the world's decay, each creature representing the forces of corruption, chaos, or divine punishment that have overtaken the land. Their origins are deeply tied to the game's lore, adding depth and mystery to each encounter. Fact 122: the terrifying tree sentinels are massive, armored warriors that patrol the lands between. These imposing figures are a combination of human and beast, with their gigantic size and powerful attacks making them formidable opponents. The tree sentinels are guardians of the divine, representing the last remnants of the Elden Ring's order. Their role in the world is one of protection and control, ensuring that the sacred power of the Erd Tree is defended against those who would seek to disrupt it. The tree sentinels embody the might and fear of the old gods, now turned to stone. Fact 123: one of the most haunting enemies in Elden Ring is the spirit-like wraiths that haunt the land. These eerie, ethereal beings appear in the shadows, drifting through the air with a sense of sorrow and malice. The wraiths are remnants of the past, their souls trapped in the world long after death. Their connection to the Elden Ring is that of lost souls, caught between life and death. As players encounter these spectral entities, they are reminded of the tragic consequences of the Elden Ring's destruction and the souls that are forever trapped within its shattered power. Fact 124: the massive, terrifying dragons that roam the lands of Elden Ring are remnants of the world's ancient past. These creatures, once revered as powerful and majestic beings, now embody the corruption and destruction that has overtaken the world. Dragons are formidable opponents, with powerful breath attacks, devastating claws, and ancient magic. They are linked to the old gods and the chaos that followed the shattering of the Elden Ring. Confronting these legendary beasts is a test of both skill and strategy, as players must overcome the destructive power that they represent to restore balance to the world. Fact 125: the terrifying corrupted giants that populate the mountain regions of Elden Ring are another example of the world's twisted inhabitants. Once noble protectors of the land, these giants have been twisted by the chaos that followed the Elden Ring's fall. Their massive size and brutal strength make them dangerous enemies, capable of devastating destruction with a single blow. Despite their monstrous appearance, the giants are tragic figures, representing the loss of a once great civilization. Their tragic transformation into mindless, corrupted beasts speaks to the world's deep scars, leaving players to confront both their power and their sorrow. Fact 126: the grotesque and unsettling creatures that roam the depths of the lands between, such as the grotesque giants and twisted monsters, are a manifestation of the corruption that has spread across the land. These enemies are often grotesque, with exaggerated features and unnatural forms that evoke a sense of fear and unease. They are the product of the Elden Ring's fracture, their mutations representing the dark forces that have overtaken the world. The player must confront these hideous creatures, each battle serving as a reminder of the catastrophic consequences of the Elden Ring's shattered power. Fact 127: human enemies in Elden Ring, such as bandits, knights, and cultists, are scattered throughout the world, often standing in opposition to the player. These human adversaries are often just as dangerous as the monstrous creatures, using cunning, skill, and deadly weapons to fight. Many of these human enemies are corrupted by the power of the Elden Ring, driven by their own desires for power, vengeance, or survival. Some are former protectors of the land, now twisted by the fall of their gods, while others seek to exploit the chaos for their own gain, making them complex and dangerous foes. Fact 128: the undead, both human and monstrous, serve as some of the most unsettling enemies in Elden Ring. These creatures are not truly alive, but are instead the reanimated corpses of fallen warriors, brought back by the chaotic magic that has flooded the land. Some undead are remnants of ancient armies, still wandering the ruins of forgotten battles, while others are the tragic remains of those who failed to find peace after death. Their hollowed, decayed bodies are a constant reminder of the world's ongoing decay, and they pose an ever-present threat to the tarnished on their journey. Fact 129: the fallen gods are a central type of enemy in Elden Ring, representing powerful beings who were once revered but are now corrupted or destroyed. These enemies are often godlike in their strength and abilities, yet their fall from grace has transformed them into monstrous entities. The Tarnished will encounter several fallen gods throughout their journey, each representing a different aspect of the divine that has been twisted by the shattering of the Elden Ring. These battles are often some of the most intense in the game, requiring strategy and strength to overcome the divine power gone awry. Fact 130: the monstrous insect-like enemies that skitter through the shadowy forests and caves of Elden Ring are a true testament to the game's creature design. These creatures, often resembling spiders or scorpions, are dangerous because of their speed and ability to overwhelm the player with sheer numbers. These insects are symbolic of the world's dark, hidden corners where corruption festers out of sight. Their design evokes a sense of unease and danger, as they are not only difficult to fight, but are also a constant reminder of the horrors lurking beneath the surface of the world. Fact 131: the music of Elden Rings plays a vital role in shaping the emotional atmosphere of the game. Composed by Yuka Kitamura and Tsukasa Saito, the soundtrack combines orchestral and choral elements, creating a sweeping, cinematic experience. The music is designed to heighten the sense of grandeur, tragedy, and tension that pervades the world. From soaring, melancholic themes to eerie, quiet motifs, the score mirrors the player's journey through the lands between, enhancing every encounter, exploration, and moment of reflection. The music invites players to feel the weight of the world's history and the path they must walk. Fact 132: the opening theme of Elden Ring sets the tone for the entire game with its haunting choral arrangement and majestic orchestral sweeps. This piece evokes a sense of both awe and sorrow, capturing the fractured state of the world. The music is slow and deliberate, allowing the player to settle into the atmosphere of the lands between while hinting at the divine power and ancient ruin that underpin the story. The opening theme functions not just as a soundtrack, but as an emotional prelude to the epic journey that awaits the tarnished in their quest to restore the Elden Ring. Fact 133: during key boss battles, the music shifts dramatically to match the intensity and scale of the confrontation. The music heightens the stakes of the fight with fast paced, adrenaline pumping rhythms that mirror the urgency of combat. Orchestral crescendos, dark choirs, and intense percussion drive the player's emotions, reinforcing the feeling that they are fighting for survival against powerful, almost godlike enemies. These intense musical moments elevate the stakes, making each boss battle feel like a momentous event that could determine the fate of the lands between. Fact 134: in contrast to the epic battle themes, the game also features quieter, more contemplative pieces that underscore the sense of loneliness and isolation that permeates the world. These ambient tracks often play in the background as players explore the vast, empty landscapes of the lands between. The sparse, minimalist melodies evoke a sense of melancholy, underscoring the journey of the tarnished as they navigate a world in decline. These quieter moments allow players to pause and reflect on the key's path ahead, creating a contrast between the game's grand, action filled moments and its more introspective, emotional beats. Fact 135: one of the most evocative pieces in the Elden Ring soundtrack is the theme associated with the Erd Tree. This song carries a sense of divinity and reverence, blending ethereal choral voices with delicate orchestral strings. The music reflects the Erd Tree's role as the heart of the world, radiating life and power. It serves as a reminder of the divine order that once held the world together, as well as the tragedy of its fall. The theme is both beautiful and sorrowful, evoking a sense of longing for a time before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Fact 136: the use of silence and minimalism in certain areas of the game adds an extra layer to the overall soundtrack. In some desolate or forgotten places, there is an eerie lack of music, which creates a haunting atmosphere. This silence makes the player feel as though they are exploring abandoned ruins or forgotten temples, further emphasizing the world's decay and the loss of the god's influence. The absence of music in these moments is a powerful tool that heightens the sense of isolation and loss, leaving the player with only the sounds of their own footsteps. Fact 137. The game's musical motifs are often tied to specific characters and their themes. For example, the theme associated with certain gods or demigods carries elements that reflect their personalities, histories, and powers. These character themes are woven throughout the soundtrack, creating a sense of continuity and emotional depth. When facing a boss or a key figure related to these characters, the music will shift, evoking their particular essence. Whether it's the divine majesty of a god or the haunting power of a fallen deity, the music of Elden Ring offers a deeper connection to these figures. Fact 138. The atmosphere of Elden Ring is also shaped by its environmental music, which plays during exploration. The ambient sounds of nature, the wind, the rustling of leaves, the distant cries of creatures, are accompanied by soft, atmospheric music that reflects the state of the world. In some areas, the music is serene and calming, evoking a sense of peace in the face of ruin. In others, the music becomes dissonant and uneasy, mirroring the corruption and chaos that have spread across the land. The environmental soundtrack plays a subtle but powerful role in enhancing the game's immersive experience. Fact 139. The music of Elden Ring also draws from the traditions of epic fantasy scores, blending grand orchestral arrangements with more intimate personal themes. This combination allows the soundtrack to reflect the scale of the world as well as the personal journey of the tarnished. The soundtrack shifts seamlessly between these two modes, evoking both the grandeur of the gods and the personal struggle of the protagonist. The result is a score that complements the epic scope of the 8 game while also capturing the quiet, emotional moments that define the Tarnished's journey. Fact 140. Ultimately, the music of Elden Ring is integral to the experience, amplifying the emotional impact of every moment. Whether it's the soaring themes during boss battles or the quiet, introspective pieces during exploration, the soundtrack serves to enhance the game's atmosphere and narrative. The music tells a story of its own, one that weaves through the lands between and reflects the world's history, its fall, and the hope that remains. For players, the soundtrack becomes a deeply personal companion, guiding them through the challenges and triumphs that await in their quest to restore the Elden Ring. Fact 141. As the Tarnished approach the end of their journey, the true meaning of the Elden Ring's restoration becomes clearer. The destruction of the Elden Ring has created a rift in the world, a fracture that has caused the land to decay and the gods to lose their power. The player's role in restoring the Elden Ring is not just about regaining power, but about healing the world and the wounds left by the gods. This journey becomes not only a quest for redemption, but a means of understanding the delicate balance between life, death, and divine order. Fact 142. The final stages of Elden Ring bring the player face to face with the consequences of their actions. As the Tarnished seeks to restore the Elden Ring, they are forced to confront the corruption and destruction that has spread across the land. The journey toward the Elden Ring is both a physical and spiritual one, with the player grappling with questions of morality, power, and sacrifice. The end of the journey reveals the true cost of restoration, leaving the Tarnished to decide whether to heal the world or allow its chaotic transformation to continue. Fact 143. The ultimate confrontation in Elden Ring is not just with a powerful boss, but with the very concept of what the Elden Ring represents. As the player journeys through the lands, they begin to understand that the true power of the Elden Ring lies not in its ability to restore balance, but in the choices it allows the Tarnished to make. At the end of the game, players must decide the fate of the world, whether to restore the Elden Ring, shatter it further, or use its power for their own vision, each choice carrying deep consequences. Fact 144. The Lands Between is a world caught between creation and destruction, and at the end of the journey, the player must confront the delicate threads that hold the world together. The Elden Ring's fracture has caused untold suffering, but its restoration may not be the ultimate solution. The final moments of the game force players to confront the cyclical nature of power and ruin, asking whether it is truly possible to heal the world or if the past's mistakes are destined to repeat. The choices made at this stage reflect the game's overarching themes of fate and free will. Fact 145. At the end of the journey, the Tarnished's role is no longer just that of a servant of the gods or a mere pawn in the grand scheme. The Tarnished becomes a force of their own, shaping the future of the lands between and based on their choices. Whether they choose to restore the Elden Ring, allow the world to remain in chaos, or create a new path forward, their actions will determine the fate of the realm. The ending of Elden Ring is a powerful reminder that every choice carries weight and every path leads to a different world. Fact 146. The conclusion of Elden Ring is shrouded in mystery, with multiple endings depending on the player's actions. Each ending offers a unique perspective on the consequences of the Tarnished's journey, reflecting the choices made throughout the game. Some endings focus on the restoration of the Elden Ring and the return of divine order, while others explore darker paths where the Elden Ring's power is used to further chaos and destruction. These endings provide a deep, philosophical reflection on the themes of power, destiny, and the cycles of creation and destruction that define the game. Fact 147. One of the most poignant elements of the ending is the realization that the Tarnished's journey is not just about the world, but about the self. As the player progresses, they discover that the Elden Ring's restoration is ultimately a means of understanding their own place in the world. The journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about the land's salvation. By the end, the Tarnished must come to terms with their own role in the world's fate, understanding that their actions will have long-lasting consequences, not just for the world, but for themselves. Fact 148. In the final moments of Elden Ring, the world is laid bare. The Tarnished is no longer merely a hero or a villain, but a reflection of the world's fractured state. The ending offers a haunting glimpse into the possibilities of the future, where the Tarnished's choices shape the destiny of the realm. The player's actions have the power to rebuild the world or let it fall into greater chaos, and this weighty decision echoes the broader theme of the game, the constant push and pull between order and chaos, light and darkness. Fact 149. The end of the journey in Elden Ring is a bittersweet one. The world, so while possibly restored, is forever changed by the Tarnished's choices. The game's conclusion is not a simple good versus evil dichotomy, but a reflection of the complexities of fate, power, and the consequences of one's actions. The Tarnished's journey becomes a metaphor for the struggle to restore balance, to heal what is broken, and to confront the past while moving toward an uncertain future. The end is just another beginning, leaving the world and its fate in the hands of those who remain. Fact 150. As the final chapter of Elden Ring closes, the player is left with a sense of both closure and ambiguity. The journey of the Tarnished is complete, but the world of the lands between remains an ever evolving tapestry, shaped by the choices made and the consequences of those decisions. The end of the game marks not the conclusion of the story, but the beginning of a new world. The Elden Ring's restoration or destruction has far reaching implications, and the player is left to ponder the true meaning of their journey and the path that lies ahead. Thank you for drifting with me through the world of Elden Ring. May the story of the Tarnished, the gods, and the shattered Elden Ring rest in your heart like a distant memory, a world of light and shadow, of power and loss. As you settle into the quiet of night, let the weight of the journey you've undertaken here soften into peaceful reflection. May your dreams be filled with the lands between, and may you find rest in the knowledge that in some way the world continues on, even in slumber. Good night.